I'm walking home. I'm walking from the studio to the train station after first things first. So today on my walk, I broke up a fight.
No, you did not. You did not get involved in a fight.
There were two young boys, two young black boys.
How old?
On my way, I was walking to the train station, and I'm guessing they were 11 or 12. And they're talking. One of them's really talking a lot of junk to the other one. The other one, he ain't scared, but he's not really talking as much. And they kind of, they in each other's face and all this. So I see it as I'm walking toward the corner, and I'm like, if they start swinging, I'm going to break it up. And so as I got toward them, they're pretty close. One of them's they up in each other's face. So I got in the middle. I was like, look, y'all chill, broke it up. And the one who was really aggressive kind of like looked at me for a minute. He had his fist balled.
You think he was going to swing on you?
I mean, I didn't think so. He didn't, but I didn't think he would. But then when he had his fist ball, I was like, is this little dude going to try? Because they weren't big 12-year-olds. If they're 12, I don't know what they were. But, I mean, I'm 5'10". They were probably 5 feet maybe. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right.
And so, but I was like, I don't know if he's going to try. I was like, I can just obviously wrap him up and, hold him.
I would have just, if that kid swung at me, I'd have to pimp slap him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but like I said, he didn't look. He wasn't like looking at me a long time. He kind of looked at me, had his fist ball, and then he just looked away and kept talking to the kids. So I'm in between them, stopping them, and I was probably there 3 or 4 minutes, and I kept them apart. And I said there was about 6 kids there with phones, Rob.
And
I said to the kids, I was like, are y'all their friends? And they were like, they were probably like classmates, but maybe not friends. And I was like, I was going to be like, why are y'all sitting here? All you care about is getting some video.
Right.
And these kids about to fight. You know what I mean? And look, if kids get in fights, Rob, we got in fights when we were younger, of course. So I'm not saying it would have been the worst thing in the world. But
no,
still,
but if you could avoid it,
it,
it's better. It's not going to settle anything. And today, it could be some bad thing that's over nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it probably wasn't. They were just talking.
Hey, Alex,
and cops came. I think they were just driving past the street, and then they saw it and stopped. And that's when the kids just kind of walked away and everything.
Well, that's good. Alex, a real quick quiz for you. Alex?
I think Alex is
yes.
Real quick quiz.
Smoothie,
difference between a slap and a pimp slap. What's the difference?
The backhand, right?
Right, but also it doesn't leave any marks for the cop.
Can you even say that nowadays? I don't know. Did you have to edit that? You don't know today, man. People sensitive.
You can't say it, but
I don't know.
But you know what it is.
You can't. I'm wondering.
I don't know. America didn't hear it.
That's one of those things.
What, Alex? What are you killing me,
I'm
Alex?
trying to keep your job.
That's one of those things where you just like, can I say that?
Yeah, usually when you say can I, it's a no.
So you did beep it or just
nobody has any idea what we're talking about right now.
Wow,
so. Alex, you're killing me.
I'm trying to save you,
Rob. That shows you
killing me.
You were about to get axed.
That was a very Diddy joke of you, Rob.
No. Don't put me in there, please.
Okay, my bad.
Actually, though, that's what I'm saying. Like, just leave it alone.
It's a term,
Alex,
Chris.
Good job. It don't matter. There's a lot of things that are terms that you can't say.
I like working with you, Rob.
Good job, Alex. Good job.
You're welcome.
All right. But anyway, Rob, there was an article in The Ringer where they said they ranked the 25 best players under 25 in the NBA. I guess 25 and under is what they ranked them. And the rankings, I was surprised at these rankings. Number 1, Victor Wembanyama. Now, this is, Rob, based on what they've done and kind of projections, right, of what they could be in the future.
That's huge, Chris. The projection part is huge.
Yep. No, it is. Of course, because obviously Wembanyama wouldn't be number 1.
Right, and if they're talking about accomplishments, then Luka would be at the top. Okay, let's not.
Absolutely.
This is what he's
and
done.
Jason Tatum would be second.
Right.
Although he's 26, but my bad. But yeah. But anyway, Wembanyama's number 1. Anthony Edwards is number 2. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 3. Luka is 4. And number 5 is Tyrese Halliburton. You have any issues with these, Rob?
I don't. When I looked at the criteria, and I think, if Luka was number 10 or somewhere like that, that would be ridiculous. That would be them trying to get attention, to their poll, Chris, if they did that. But when you talk about, the future and stuff, Luka he's hurt a lot. He's been hurt, I should say.
Much.
No, but he's been hurt. He's also his always complaining, it's almost annoying to watch him play.
He's worse than most. But
am I right? But he's
worse
annoying.
than most. He does get out on your nerves.
Yeah,
but still, I mean,
the other part is
NBA.
Yeah, and the other part is as well. I mean, 5 first-team NBAs is pretty impressive.
Yes,
but those other guys, I think they believe that their ceilings, they're just the tip of the iceberg, and they could really get even better. Whereas I think they look at Luka saying, can he really play any better than he's already played? Which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But those other guys, I think their ceilings are higher. That's all.
See, I do have a problem with the list. I don't have any issue with Wembanyama being number 1, Rob. That dude, Rob, we're looking at something. I think it's probably even a little beyond Ohtani. Now, maybe that's too much because Ohtani is also something we haven't seen before, right? So maybe you say it's Ohtani-like. But, and I obviously Shohei Ohtani, by being a top-flight hitter and top-flight pitcher. Heck, a pitcher, period, right? We've seen nobody since Babe Ruth do both. And Babe Ruth didn't even do it, both of them together when he was an elite hitter, right? So this is, Ohtani is almost, you could use the term alien too. He's just not of a size, right, Rob, that is unprecedented. But Wembanyama, Rob, and you know how much love and respect I have for Michael Jordan and LeBron James. But this guy, if things kind of go as he has started, he looks like he might make the GOAT debate a moot point. It's going to come down to how much he wins. And I don't mean it's just about rings, but if he's going to dominate individually.
Yeah, but
Chris, if he can win, he has to win. I'm not even going to give a number of rings, but if he can win consistently and a lot, I think his numbers and his dominance is going to be such that it's this is incredible what we're seeing, and it's the best we've seen.
See, here's my issue is that why can't he maybe turn out to be Wilt Chamberlain?
He could.
Okay.
He could.
That's now Wilt
Chamberlain. But
Chamberlain.
That would be even a disappointment.
No, I know it would be. That's what I'm saying. Wilt Chamberlain rewrote the record books, Chris.
Right.
We get it.
Right. And that Wemby, wouldn't be GOAT to be. I agree.
And Wemby could do all that and not win enough, and that's why Wilt doesn't get the love. So I hear your point, but Wemby could smash all those records, Chris. Do stuff we've never seen, and it won't be enough. He's got to be able to win.
He's probably got to win
big.
At least. Honestly, right? He's probably got to win at least 5, and maybe to pass Jordan, he might have to win 6 or 7.
I really believe
which is
that.
a lot.
He got to, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
to try to win
it now. How hard it is.
It's hard.
I'm with you. I'm with you. One thing I do like that I see in him, Rob, and you really don't know until they get there. We never would have thought, I know, because I was covering LeBron closely early in his career, first stint in Cleveland, a lot of stories on him. I never would have envisioned what happened in Dallas or against Dallas.
Right.
I never would have envisioned that. Yeah, right. And now obviously he got over that, thankfully. But you don't know until that guy gets on that stage. So I don't know yet with Wemby. But what I will say, Rob, is he does seem to have that dog in him where he just wants to dominate and he wants to just destroy everything in his path. And I like that. That's what it's going to take, Rob, for him to fulfill his potential. But so I got no issue with him being number one. Luka should be number two. Because I don't think Edwards and SGA have a bigger upside than Luka. I think, Rob, when Luka Doncic, when it's all said and done, he should be like in that top 10 conversation. Now, that's saying a lot. That means he's got to win probably 3 rings. But this dude is phenomenal. And actually, this year, he's actually starting to play some defense. Not great defense, but,
I was going to say
good enough
right.
where it's not. Like last game 1, Rob, he made a terrific defensive play when he stopped an alley-oop late in the game. And so Luka Doncic is, I thought he was like a Larry Bird equivalent or comp. That's why I start calling him Luka Legend. I think Jokic is more like Bird, obviously much bigger. But Luka is, when I thought Bird, I thought slow, can't jump, but unstoppable. Like just crafty, knows how to play angles, his body, even though you can jump and you're more athletic, he can get his shot off on you anytime he wants, knows how to use his body for leverage. Like, Luka is awesome, man. And his numbers speak to it. And again, he's just got to win. So I don't necessarily think Anthony Edwards or SGA is going to be like in that top 10 conversation all time. That's not kind of what I project with them. I project like Edwards is like, when we talk about all-time rankings, and we know it's just subjective, but I see him, Rob, as like a Dwayne Wade level, which is great, right? That's all-time great. But I see him at that level. SGA, round the same thing. Again, they could prove me wrong, but I think Luka, of all these guys, 25 and under, has the second highest upside to Wemby. And obviously has done more than any of them.
No, I get that. If this was lifetime achievement or what have you done accomplishment-wise, I agree with you. He's number one, not number two, number one. But once you're going to put a Wemby in there, Chris, it tells you that you have a forward look at it. Because Wemby lost 18 in a row. Wemby, you know what I mean? Like there's
you
a
love
lot.
that stat. That's your favorite
I can't let it go. I can't. It's my go-to. It's my go-to.